Hi Libra, my name is Audrey Alison and this is your May 2014 forecast for the month. I'm so happy to be here. May is a much more mild month. So let's just take a minute to appreciate that because April has been pretty tense. I don't know how everyone's doing, but I wish you all the best. May is just a little bit lighthearted. We have 2 Venus transits, 2 Mercury transits, a new moon, a full moon, just the typical kind of month. Let's get into it. On May 2nd, we have Venus transiting into Aries on the 2nd in your 7th house of relationships. Aries is your polar opposite. So this could affect whether or not you are in a relationship or out of one. If you want one, there's support there for one. If you're not in one, this could bring in energy for business partnerships at this time. Venus is the planet of love and money. And Venus is your ruling planet, Libra. So Venus going into Aries, which is another cardinal sign like you are, it's giving you some reprieve and maybe beautifying some of the relationships that you're in, which you might need at this time to heal from April. On the 7th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is transiting into Gemini, where he is very comfortable because Mercury rules Geminis, the communication sign, the study, the travel, the mind, the intellect. This is going to affect your 9th house of faraway places. I'm pulling some cards as I'm talking, and these just came out into my hands while I was shuffling, so I'll do a little mini reading here with them in just a second, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But I've been doing mini readings instead of just pulling one card here or there for this month, just because it seems natural. Okay, so May 14th. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let's continue with Mercury. Mercury going into Gemini will affect your 9th house of faraway places and higher education and philosophies and religions. So around May 7th, through May 28th, Mercury will be stationed in this 9th house. For those of you Libras really looking to get involved in an online course or schooling or education, this is a really appropriate time and you have planetary support there for that. You could also be changing maybe your philosophies, or you could be inspired to write about your belief system or study another culture's belief system. The 9th house is out of the country as well. Far away distant locations could really fascinate you at this time. On the 14th, we have a full moon, May 14th, 23 degrees Scorpio. Scorpio is your money house, your 2nd house, okay? So a full moon's going to change your income at this time. It's bringing things to a head and awareness, to a head and culmination and awareness. You're more aware of your intake, your spending, your resources. You're also feeling intensely about your money. With Scorpio, it's deep-seated, it runs deep. Something's coming into the picture about your finances, I think, in a very surprising way. Oh, let me say this about surprises. When Venus goes into Aries in the beginning of the month, Uranus is also stationed there, which brings very sudden shock and change. You could suddenly meet someone in that 7th house. You could suddenly meet someone in a relationship. So I wanted to say that as well, because Uranus is also stationed in Aries. And when Uranus is combined with Venus, very quick, sudden things happen. And they're in your 7th house, Libra, so that's a great thing. Could happen. You could meet someone at a park bench real quick. Okay, on the 19th, Mars. We love this news that I'm about to say, so let's just all take a beat. Mars is going direct because Mars is stationed in Libra and has been with you for a very rare long amount of time, for 5 months now. Mars is usually in a sign for 60 days. So that's 150 days that he's been in this sign, and he's going to be there still through July, but at least he's going direct now in your 1st house. Libra, you probably have felt very drained, very tired. Mars is energy and action. And when he retrogrades and slows down in the sky, he's in your 1st house. He's in Libra. So you're probably going to bed very early. Your bones are probably tired. You don't have a lot of energy to do the same things that you would normally do very easily. So this is just such a relief and a reprieve. On the 20th, the sun enters Gemini, and it's getting warmer in the northern hemisphere. This is going to affect that 9th house again of faraway locations. You could be thinking about going somewhere farther away than where you normally are. And if you can't tangibly take action to do that for financial reasons, although you will have some support in the 2nd house with the full moon, and also you'll have some 8th house support, which I'll talk about in a second, of shared resources coming in for Libras. Your mind is thinking about faraway places because Gemini is the mind and the thoughts and the thought process and the intellect. So with the sun on the 20th going into this Gemini sign, it triggers your 9th house thoughts of, maybe I want to go somewhere far away. Maybe I do want to do that. And on the 28th, we have a new moon, 7 degrees, Gemini again. So we have the sun and the moon in the sign of Gemini. Woohoo! In the 9th house. The dichotomy of these two planets, the sun and the moon, they're called planets in astrology. It's very, very powerful. So you could be dreaming, you know, the moon, new moon, you could plant your intentions around going somewhere far or studying far abroad. But you are thinking about this a lot, and you're feeling intuitively that you might need to change up your philosophies or go somewhere far away, or maybe take on a whole new religion. 9th house is philosophies and adventure. An adventure. You know, you could want to go to Costa Rica randomly and go ziplining, which would be so much fun. Note to self, book Costa Rica trip. Okay, May 28th, Venus makes her 2nd transit into Taurus. Taurus is also ruled by Venus, like you, so you share that. Venus going into Taurus is affecting your 8th house of shared resources. Taxes, inheritances, wills, estates, things that you're waiting on to come back to you. Information will be highlighted on May 28th. And with the support of Mars now direct in your sign, those of you waiting to hear back from people in authority, attorneys, government institutions, accountants, those of you waiting on information regarding inheritances or wills or delays with that, are definitely, things are moving forward at the latter end of the month with that. You're going to get information coming to you and across to others. And the 29th, Mercury makes his 2nd switch into Cancer. And this will affect your 10th house of career. And for those of you who aren't working, it's your retirement or your social status, how other people are perceiving you in the big picture. Mercury will make you want to communicate about what you're doing in the world and maybe your plans. You can write some things out. Mercury is writing and thinking and aligning and scheduling. So you'll have success with that towards the end of the month. Now, regarding these cards that I pulled for you, the Queen of Cups or Vessels, which is patience, mystery, patience as a spiritual virtue. The Devil rules Capricorn, but also means vice, vices, sex. 3 of Cups, friendship, support. And the Emperor, authority, intelligence, rules Mars, ruled by Mars. What this little mini reading would say to me is that there are still some things being hidden, This is 8th house, water, Scorpio. Also, this is regarding that 8th house of information coming in regarding what you're waiting for, paperwork, inheritances, taxes, people's estates. 8th house is also death and sex and transformation and change. Things are progressing with this 8th house for you, but there's some things being hidden and happening behind the scenes that you'll find out in the 2nd half of May. They won't come in until the 2nd half. The friends who are drinking too much around you, or the relationships that are solely built around a vice, sex, you know, your your drugs, whatever you're doing, the relationships that are solely based on this might go through some changes, and you might have some new friendships brought your way with the new moon in Gemini. This is the authority, the 8th house as well, but it's also Mars going direct, and that's in Libra. Mars ruling the Aries, the Emperor. I feel like you're going to be more in control in May. You'll feel more on top of your game. I think April was it was hard for Libra in April. You were a cardinal sign. You were hit by the eclipses and affected by the grand square. So you felt some tension in April. And May is a lot more mild. Let me pull an astrological card for you too, Libra, and see what they say. Gemini! I love it because it's all about Gemini this month. The sun is there, the moon is there, Mercury's going into there, its ruling planet. Gemini is communication, expression, study, travel, writing, smarts, intellect. You're on point, and then Mars is giving you that energy too because he'll be direct May 19th forward. So you can, it's a relief for Libras this month. So I'm very happy for you. My name is Audrey Allison, and I read all through the week. If you're interested in a reading with me, don't hesitate to reach out to me on my website, audreyallison.com, and I'm on Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. Have a beautiful, sweet day, Libra, and I will see you soon in June. Bye.